Have you ever walked into a room, sirs, and felt invisible? People don't even look up. They don't really hear you when you speak, and no matter how hard you try to be nice, you always end up being overlooked. Here's the uncomfortable truth. You're not lacking potential. You're leaking presence. Because respect, it's not handed out based on how much effort you make. It's given based on energy, the kind of energy people feel. And in this video, we're going to break that down. You'll learn why some people get immediate respect, while others are ignored without even knowing why. You'll see how tiny behaviors, the ones you don't notice, are sending loud messages about who you are. And you'll learn how to shift your attitude so deeply on that others feel your presence before you even speak. This isn't about pretending to be confident. It's about living with so much self-respect. People have no choice but to notice. Let me ask you, aren't you tired of being the nice guy or the quiet girl who always fades into the background? Good. Because once you flip this switch, you'll stop asking for respect and start commanding it. But before we talk tactics, we need to face something deeper, something that's silently killing your presence without you realizing it. The silent killer of respect. Inconsistent signals. People don't judge you by your intentions. They judge you by the signals you send, and especially the ones you're not aware of. That's the real reason most people struggle to earn respect. It's not because they're weak or unworthy. It's because their actions and attitude are out of sync. They say one thing, but their body, their tone, their habits say something else entirely, and that creates confusion. And in human psychology, confusion equals danger. People naturally avoid what feels unclear, what feels unstable. That includes people. That includes you. Think about it. Maybe you've been showing up, being kind, even helping others, and still you're not being taken seriously. It's not because people are rude. It's because your energy isn't clean. You're trying to please but leaking insecurity. You're trying to be agreeable, but your posture screams, I'm unsure. And when others sense that split, they don't trust you, not because they think you're lying, but because your presence doesn't feel aligned. Take Nathan, for example. He's 25, just started his first marketing job, smart, hardworking, always says yes. He's friendly, avoids conflict, wants to be liked. But in meetings, his ideas are ignored. He gets the grunt work. People like him, but they don't respect him. Why? Because when he speaks, his body says, I hope this is okay, instead of, here's what I believe. His value isn't the problem. His lack of alignment is. It doesn't matter how nice you are. If your posture is closed off, if you avoid eye contact, if your hands fidget, you're telling everyone, I don't belong here. And they'll treat you that way. It doesn't matter how smart you are. If your voice rises like you're asking a question, or you talk too fast like you're rushing to finish, you sound uncertain, and people don't follow uncertainty, and it really doesn't matter how helpful you are. If you keep explaining yourself over and over, you're signaling one thing, please believe me, and the more you beg for validation, the less you get it. Try this. Sometime this week, record yourself in conversation. Don't critique, just observe. Where are your words saying one thing, but your body says something else? Because before you fix what you say, you've got to fix how you carry it. Now, once you start syncing your signals, there's something even more powerful that begins to shift. And it's completely invisible, but highly contagious. Attitude is contagious. You become what you broadcast. People don't copy what you say. They copy how you feel. If you walk into a room carrying tension, fear, or self-doubt, don't be shocked when that's what comes back at you. See, respect doesn't always come from status or appearance. It comes from how people feel when they're around you. And the quickest way to shift that is to take full responsibility for the energy you're putting out. You've seen it, haven't you? Someone walks into a room, calm, composed, and everyone senses it. They're not loud. They're not trying hard. But somehow, the whole room shifts. That's presence, and it's not magic, it's emotional resonance. But you've also seen the opposite. Someone walks in clearly anxious, and suddenly you feel nervous too. That's because emotions are contagious. Your state is louder than your voice. Take Priya. She's a talented freelance designer, always delivers great work. But every time she gets on a client call, she starts with, sorry if this isn't quite what you wanted, or this still needs work. I'm not sure if it's good enough yet. Her tone is shaky, her face is tense, her energy says, please approve of me. And what do her clients do? Push back, request endless changes, pay late, not because they're difficult, but because Priya's attitude trains them not to take her seriously. When she shifted just one thing, her internal script, Everything changed. Instead of, "I hope you like this," she led with, "This concept aligns with your goals. Let me show you how." Same work, different broadcast, big shift in results, because what you say to yourself leaks into every interaction. "I'm not ready. They won't care. Don't mess this up." All of that shows up in your eyes, your breath, your pacing. But calm is magnetic. People gravitate toward grounded energy, the kind that pauses, breathes, listens before speaking. You don't have to be perfect. You just have to own your imperfection with confidence. I'm learning. I believe in this direction. I'm open, but grounded. That kind of quiet certainty earns trust. Try this for the next few days. Before any interaction, take a breath and say to yourself, "I have value. I bring clarity. My presence matters." You're not saying it to sound smart. You're saying it to shift your state, because people won't remember your exact words, but they'll never forget how you made them feel. And presence is something you build, not in big moments, but in small habits. Let's look at how. Daily calibration, micro habits that reinforce presence. You don't rise to the level of your goals, you fall to the level of your systems and your personal presence. It's not built in big, impressive moments. It's built in the boring ones, the daily ones. You don't need a full transformation. You just need small habits that help you align your energy, attitude, and action until presence becomes your default. Let's be honest. Most people start the day by grabbing their phone, scroll 20 minutes, maybe 40, then rush into the morning, distracted, scattered, and wonder why the whole day feels off. Then we say things like, "Oh, I'll be more confident once I get that job. I'll fix my posture when I join a gym. I'll focus once things calm down." But it doesn't work that way. Confidence doesn't come after things get better. It comes when you train yourself to be present, even when life is messy. Look at Julian. He's 22, living in a small apartment, juggling school, part-time work, and building a YouTube channel. He doesn't have time for 2-hour routines or expensive self-care. But he committed to 3 tiny habits. In the morning, he does a 3-minute body scan and splashes cold water on his face. In the afternoon, he takes 10 seconds of stillness before any meeting. At night, he reviews just one moment where he showed up with strength, even if it was small. After 3 weeks, he walks differently, speaks with more presence, and creates better content. No hype, no hacks, just habits. Here are 3 you can try. Set a timer every 2 hours. When it rings, pause for 5 seconds, straighten your spine, relax your shoulders, slow your breath. You're not fixing anything. You're just reminding your body who's in charge. Before any conversation, it could be in a meeting, a call, even a DM. Pause. Place a hand on your chest and ask, "What energy do I want to bring into this moment?" It sounds simple, but that 3-second reset can shift your entire presence. And here's the big one. Make one small promise to yourself every day. So small you can't fail. Like, "I'll drink water before coffee," or "I'll hold eye contact with myself in the mirror for 10 seconds. And then keep that promise, because self-respect starts from within. And when you start treating yourself with consistency, you project that to the world without saying a word. Don't wait for the perfect moment to become magnetic. Build rituals that remind you who you are, especially when no one's watching. Because presence isn't a performance, it's a practice. Here's the part no one tells you. You're not doing all this to impress people. You're doing it to come home to yourself. You've learned how mismatched signals weaken your presence. You've seen how your attitude silently shapes how others treat you. And you've been given small habits to strengthen your presence day by day. But none of that matters unless you believe one thing: you are not invisible. You've just been dimming your own light to stay safe, to be liked, or to avoid discomfort. And maybe that ends today. Picture this. You walk into a room. No need to perform. You don't shrink. You don't pretend. You simply show up fully. You meet someone's eyes, not to prove anything, but because you already respect yourself enough to be seen. That's what changes things. Not louder voices, not flashier clothes, not a bookshelf full of productivity hacks. Just one decision. I will no longer abandon my own energy, because when your inner voice says, "I matter," the world begins to listen, If something in this message stirred something in you, even a small spark, you're already on the path. So keep going. In the next video, we'll explore something deeper: how to handle rejection, criticism, and power games without losing your center. Make sure you're subscribed, because presence is just the beginning. We're building the kind of life you don't need to escape from. One small shift at a time. The world doesn't need more noise. It needs more people who walk in truth. And maybe that starts with you today.